traffic, just trying to stay alive. Making $1, just keep the dream alive. Your girl had a B rolling in that cargo van. Dreaming of riches, yeah, I got a bigger plan. 1 minute I'm here, next time gone. No chains can hold me, ooh, strong. Hustling and swerving, hustling and swerving. Can't stop this grind, the fire's burning. Hustling and swerving, hustling and swerving. I wear the crown, I keep on earning, yeah. Thanking God for all that He's done for me. Knew this life was written in my destiny. Picking up pieces, stacking every brick. This hustle my anthem, it's my only trick. I'm here, next time gone. No chains can hold me, I'm too strong. Hustling and swerving, hustling and swerving. Can't stop this grind, the fire's burning. Hustling and swerving, hustling and swerving. I wear the crown, I keep on earning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys should already know where I'm at. Air cargo. You see me come here so many times. It's repetitive. I'm here at least 3-4 days out of the week. Let me grab these 3 Credos and I'll be right back. Alright, the Credos are not at cargo. So I had to come to the main airport at baggage claim. Somebody's in here. Don't look like nobody in it either. Nope. Alright. So I'm gonna have to go to the ticket counter and get somebody to come down here so I can get it. So just give me a second, it ain't gonna take long, and I'll be right back. Alright, this is what I picked up, y'all. 3 Credo. Let me load them up in the car, and I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Hannah B, the cargo van chick, and we are loaded. I already got the 3 Credos in the car, and we are headed to Savannah, Georgia, round trip, as usual. Today is one cold day. It was 30 degrees last night and it started snowing as close to Myrtle Beach and Conway. That's like 110 miles away from us. It was very close. I thought we were going to get some snow the way the winds was whipping and everything last night. I thought for sure it's going to wake up the snow this morning, but it is cold, man. I gotta go into my winter basket and look for my hat and my gloves and scarf and stuff, because Jesus, I did find my sweatshirts and my jackets. I gotta pull them stuff out, man, because this rest of this week gonna be cold. But I'm not gonna talk too long. We're gonna get where we're going at. Once we get where we're going at, I'll tap back in with you guys. Alright guys, I am here at the delivery / pickup. The nurse just pulled up. I guess she's probably gonna wait till exactly 11, and she's gonna get the medicines and everything out of the box. She's gonna stop the TT, put it back in the box, sign the paperwork, and then I'll be heading back to North Charleston and drop these off to the office. And I should get back about 1 o'clock, 1:30 at the latest, and we're gonna see what we're gonna do from there. Not no pop off. I will be sparking it up this afternoon until about 7 o'clock. So I'll touch back with you guys in a second. Alright, y'all, we are heading back to North Charleston. I already met up with the nurse. She already got the meds out of the boxes. I already sign the paperwork and everything, and now we're headed back. Let's take this to the office and see what we're gonna get into next. I kind of want to talk about regrets. As you guys know, I am not in my van anymore. My van is just parked at the house. After I dropped my carrier company, and seemed like everything that was coming my way as far as opportunities, I can use my car, so I haven't been driving the van. So last night we were just sitting around talking about, how when I first got into the business, and we used to be on the road as a family, and like, just say I have to go someplace on a Friday, I get an opportunity to go someplace on a Friday afternoon, and we would just make a whole weekend vacation out of it. And sometimes you step in the van. I bought like an air mattress and those plug, you can plug up like a fan or whatever, and we have our cooler and blankets and stuff. And sometimes we would sleep in the van, just make like a little trip out of it. So we were reminiscing, talking about that. And I just really started thinking about like having regrets. Like, do I regret getting into this business? Do I regret getting a cargo van? I wouldn't say I regret it. I don't regret getting into this business because I was tired of working for other people. I was tired of giving my knowledge to companies and not feeling appreciated. Giving my time to companies and not being appreciated. So I don't regret getting into this business. Do I regret getting the cargo van? No. I wouldn't say I regret getting it, but if I had more knowledge, if I knew that this was how it was going to turn out for me, I would have never gotten the cargo van. I would have just scaled my business around this car, or even maybe have gotten like a minivan, if anything, instead of a cargo van. Because I still could have done a lot of the things that I'm doing now in a like a caravan, Dodge Caravan or something like that. So no, I don't regret getting the van. I think that without certain things happening to you in your life, you don't appreciate it. I think that sometimes when you don't go through a certain struggle, you don't appreciate when you come out of that struggle. So for me, it was a lesson learned. I learned a lot of lessons in this business. I learned that you don't listen to other people when it comes to anything that you're trying to do, because I listen to some of these content creators. I listen to people that I know that was in the business that was telling me, I can make this, I can make that, I can do this, I can do that. But they didn't tell me the struggle you have to go to get to that point. If I did not have a child, I think that I would have still been in the cargo van business, because I would have been able to be gone for days on end if I wanted to. I could have been doing regional, I could have been doing OTR. There's a lot of stuff I could have been doing if I didn't have a family. I would say like that. I'd say a family, not even a child, a family. Because even somebody that's married don't want to be gone for days at a time or weeks at a time. It just kind of depends on, your relationship. For me, I wanted to do something that was more local anyway. I just couldn't find the right opportunity to use the van to be able to be more local. That would make the money that I needed to make. As far as everything going from freight to now more medical, legal documents, more smaller items, I make more money in the car than I do in the van now. I don't have to pay $1,100 insurance. That's one thing I don't have to pay no more, because my insurance drastically went down, being that I dropped my liability down from $1 million to $100,000 cargo. So I don't have to pay that $1,100 no more. The gas that the van would take, I don't have to do that anymore. This car takes $30 to fill up. and I probably fill up twice a week probably. So I would say maybe it depends on where I'm going. I'll say maybe 2-3 times a week. So I'm spending maybe $100 a week in gas. Versus with the van, and I was kicking out close to $300 a week in the van. So I am saving. I'm saving money from just those two things by driving this car. I learned a lot of lessons, along the way. I think that a lot of people need to realize what do they want to do as far as transportation. Like, do you want to route? Do you want to do OTR or regional? Do you want to deliver packages? Like, if you kind of could figure that out before you go get a van, then you wouldn't even go get a van. You really wouldn't. You could make the same amount of money in a van in your personal vehicle, or buy a vehicle just for whatever you're doing. Whether it be gig apps, whether it be medical courier, whether it be delivering packages through like maybe VHO or Rudy XD or something like that, or maybe a local courier delivery business that need packages delivered, a certain amount that can fit in your van, your caravan or your SUV or whatever, and then you don't have to get $1 million policy or $300,000 policy in a van and pay $600-700 a month or whatever the case may be. If I had to do it over again, I would actually start it out in the car, just to kind of see, like maybe start out with gig work, just to kind of see like what lane I wanted to be in. And I would have saved so much money. I would have saved at least $20,000-25,000 if I had not gotten a van. I wouldn't say I regret getting it. So I don't even say that there is not any regrets with anything that I've done so far. I've learned a lot of lessons that now I know I wouldn't do it over again. Like some people be like, well, if I had to do it over again, I would do it over again. I wouldn't do it over again. I would not do it over again at all. So now my dilemma is, what do I do with the van? I tried selling it on a Carvana, but they only want to give me $10,000 for it. And I still owe like $30,000 on it because I bought my van brand new. I only had it for a year and maybe 6-7 months, something like that. Do I trade the van in and get something that I can use for the business? I've spoken to one of my contracts, like I said, I think a previous video, and I went to my bank. I had, went to them and asked them some questions on if I was to get somebody to take over the payments, like what would that look like? What would they have to do? That type of stuff like that. To be honest with you, what I want to do is get somebody else to take over the payments. That way I won't have any car payments at all. Because this car is paid for. We have 2 other vehicles that's paid for. And I wouldn't have no car payments. That would save me $1,200 a month. If I couldn't get somebody else to take over the payments, then I guess I'll be trading it in. So then the question is, what do I trade it in for? SUV, a pickup truck, a Dodge Caravan, or a Sienna or something like that. What do I trade it in for? That's another thing that I'm contemplating. Like, do I still just use the car for the business? Because as of right now, that's working. Because I wouldn't want to get a brand new vehicle to drive and put all those miles on, so I probably still would use the car. I wouldn't get another vehicle, say, for the business, because that wouldn't make no sense. I might as well just keep putting miles on this car and keeping the maintenance up on this car. So I think for a lot of you guys that's trying to get into the business and trying to figure out, like, should I get a van? It depends on what you're trying to do with the van. I think everybody should start out in their vehicle first. Try to figure out, what were you trying to do? Because if you don't have to spend that money, don't don't spend it. Don't spend it on something that now you went and get it. Now you got this high insurance. Now you got this high car note, and now you can't get work. And you asking questions on Facebook, or you asking people questions on YouTube. How do I get routes? How do I get contracts? How do I get this and how do I get that? These are the things that you should already know before you jump into a cargo van. Don't do what I did. I jumped into the cargo van not knowing anything, not knowing nothing, sitting around the house. I had one carrier company and the rates suck. That's another thing you guys got to think about. A lot of these carrier companies, you're not going to get $2 and $3 a mile. You're lucky if you get $1.10 a mile. You're lucky if you get that. Unless you are using the load boards, or unless you have a direct shipper or something like that, you're really not going to make over $1.10 a mile. And even on a load board, sometimes you're not going to get $1.10 a mile, or $2 a mile, or $3 a mile. It just kind of depends. So you got to factor in your miles to money. You got to factor that in on what you feel that you need to do. I got a lot of friends that's driving 18-wheelers, that's driving box trucks, and they're even thinking about getting out of them and scaling down to a cargo van, or scaling down to using their own vehicle, because 18-wheelers, you got to have your DOT, you got to have NC. Their insurance is out the roof. I mean, their overhead is high. Gas alone in box trucks and 18-wheelers are high as hell. So I have a lot of them that's saying, man, I think I want to get out of it. I think I want to scale down to maybe like a cargo van or something like that. You know, and my thing to them is, what are you trying to do when you scale down? What kind of work are you trying to do? Because it just depends on what kind of work you're trying to do. If you're still trying to do anything that's related to an 18-wheeler, then maybe you need to go down to a 26-foot box truck. Because a cargo van, it still ain't gonna do you no good unless you're gonna take half of a load or something like that. So for you guys that's trying to get into it, just try to figure out, like, what do you want to do? What lane do you want to be in? You know, Lowe's, you can go to Lowe's online, and they have opportunities for independent contractors that delivers appliances. Just what, I guess, like refrigerators and stoves and just whatever that the customers order, that you can use a cargo van and you can get a decent route that you can be able to make $400 or $500 a day. So that's one route you can go to if you're the type person that not afraid of lifting and, you know, maneuvering stuff in people's houses or businesses or something like that. That wouldn't work for me because I'm a female. You know, I did it when I was doing roadie. I would deliver refrigerators and water heaters and stuff like that, but I couldn't do that on a daily basis, consistent daily basis. I could not. I'm not even gonna lie. That would definitely wear and tear on me and my body. And I wouldn't say anything is a man's job, because everything nowadays, a man or a woman can do it. I'm just saying that's not something I know I can do every day, all day. I couldn't do it. Delivering packages, like for FedEx, something like that, that's another thing I'm not willing to do. I'm not willing to deliver 100 to 200 packages and I'm out here 10, 12 hours a day. That's just not something I am willing to do. That may be something you guys are willing to do, and you can get your van and you can sign up for one of these companies that deliver packages. I did a HelloFresh route 2 days a week, and I had 100 boxes on Monday and Tuesday, and it took maybe, I would say, 8 to 10 hours. But it kept me locally in the city. Like, I had my route was always like in the area that I lived in, so I knew the area. It didn't take me long to deliver the boxes, and that route paid $5 a box. So if I had 100 boxes, I made $500 that day. So that's the only reason why I liked it. What I didn't like about it is the apartments with no elevators. I hated that. So is that something I'd be willing to do 5 days a week? No. That's why I only did it 2 days a week. 5 days a week, I would have, after 3 months, I would have been ready to quit. So everything ain't for everybody. This right here now has gotten so easy for me because my contracts, they are getting more and more and more clients to the point that now they're knowing what is needed the day before, and they're calling me the day before saying, hey, can you go to this place tomorrow? And I'm waking up already having work. It's not like I'm sitting home waiting on the phone to ring no more. It's like automatically knowing what I got going on the next day, or even if I don't know what I got going the next day, early in the morning, you know, they already got something for me. So it's gotten so easy to the point that now it's like I have so much opportunities coming my way. I can't even do all of them because I'm one person. I pass things over to my business partner, but now she's getting so busy and she's just one person. It's people like right now that I need to call that has reached out, and it's like, hey, we have opportunities here. We have an opportunity there, like the Red Cross. The guy at the Red Cross, he's like, hey, we got opportunities with the Red Cross in your area. Call me and we can set up something. I haven't called them because what time I'm going to be able to fit them in? I don't have no time to fit them in because my days are already taken up. And like today when I get back early, you know, now it's like Walmart Spark is definitely working for me. I know a lot of people on Facebook, I'm in the group on Facebook, the Spark group, and a lot of people be complaining about the pay and complaining about this and complaining about that. But if you know your miles to ratio rates, then you'll know what orders to pick and what orders not to pick. You know what I mean? If you want to make the most out of anything that you're doing, you'll know how to strategically pick your orders to be able to maximize your earnings. So don't have any regrets in anything you do. That's all I'm trying to say. Whatever you do, don't regret it. If you're going to do it, do it. Don't be afraid to do it. Because everything ain't always going to be smooth every day. Sometimes it's going to be smooth for a couple of months, and a monkey wrench is going to come in, and you got to just know how to handle it. So anyway, I should be at the office around 1 o'clock. So this is going to be the end of this video. There's no need for me to show you me pulling up at the office and putting the boxes in there. I've shown that so many times. So this will be the end of the video. You guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow, because y'all already know I got something going on every day. And if I don't have something going on, the phone don't ring, I make something happen. I make something happen. It don't even matter. It's like I make an opportunity. And that's what you guys have to do. You got a multi-app, multi-task, whatever you're doing, just multi it. I don't know if that's a word, but multi it. But anyway, you guys have a good day. You guys stay warm because it is freezing cold out here. And you guys have a prosperous afternoon. It's your girl Hannah B, the Cargo Van Chick, signing out. Peace out.